So let me take these points one by one. First, our focus on business and economics as a tool of diplomacy, a policy we call economic statecraft. American global leadership and our economic strength are fundamentally a package deal. We must do more to build up both. We live in an era when the size of our economy is every bit as important to exercising global leadership as the size of our military. Our corporations often reach more people in foreign countries than our embassies do. Meanwhile, the American people are hungry for jobs that depend on finding new customers and opening new markets beyond our borders. So we have made economic statecraft a priority of every one of our missions around the globe. And I will tell you, we'll use every tool we have, including diplomacy, to promote global prosperity and create American jobs. Which leads me to my second point. Economic statecraft is particularly important here in Asia. That is the one reason why, as you can see, we have such a strong showing on this panel today. Many Asian countries have long recognized the links between economics and foreign policy. In many ways, the business of Asia is business. Asian economies and populations are growing rapidly, and I don't need to tell you that much of the future global economic growth will be centered in the Asia-Pacific region. So it is imperative that we do this right. The decisions Asia emerging economies make together with the United States will help govern the rules-based system that will guide us through the 21st century. If we get the rules right, all of our countries will prosper together. Economics is the heart of America's strategy in Asia. We are committed to exercising our role as a resident Pacific power, not militarily and diplomatically, but economically. No one knows this better than the Asia-Pacific Council for American Chambers of Commerce. You've helped tend to American business in Asia for more than 40 years, and your work has paid off. American Chambers of Commerce in Asia today oversee more than $400 billion in trade volume and more than $200 billion in foreign direct investment. And yet, we can and we should do more. The futures of the United States and Asia are linked. We are proud of the role the United States has played in fueling the Asian economy. In 2011, the United States exported $900 billion in goods and services to APEC countries. That's more exports than we sent to any other group of regional economies. But there is no guarantee that the future will continue to be marked by success and growth. Our relationship needs constant tending. So the third area I want to discuss is how we are enhancing our economic cooperation with the region. We have made some key gains, and we are committed to doing even more to get this right. Last year, the President signed the landmark Korean-U.S. agreement. The deal will eliminate tariffs on 95% of American exports to the Republic of Korea. It will add more than $10 billion to the U.S. economy and grow Korea's economy by more than 6%. We want to bring these sorts of as well. So we are working to build a high-quality TPP could set the stage for decades of friendships across the region. That's the world we want, and that's what you want too. And as we build the future, we should be clear. We're not just businesses, although that is certainly a priority of mine. America's economic renewal depends on the strength of our global economy. And the global economy depends on the strength of the American economy. And both, let me add, depend on a strong, vibrant Japanese economy and a full recovery. So we are striving to build a global, rules-based system which all businesses stand a chance to succeed. Secretary Clinton laid out our vision at the APEC meetings in Washington almost a year ago. Economic should be open, free, transparent, and fair. And so what do we mean by open? What it means is a system where any person in any part of the world can access markets. If you have a good idea for a new product or services, nothing should prevent you from sharing it with others. And what do we mean by free? We mean that every company can move their goods, their money, their ideas around the globe without facing unnecessary roadblocks. And by transparent, we mean that regulations are developed in the open, with everyone's input and everyone knows what the rules are. And by fair, we mean that those rules apply equally to everyone. Fairness makes sure that people are willing to compete in the first place. Those four simple words cover an incredibly complex economic agenda. And in some of those areas, we face great challenges. For example, we must do a better job of protecting intellectual property. We can disagree about how best to enforce intellectual property laws, but we cannot afford to ignore them. Our 21st century economies rely on innovation and invention to drive economic growth and job creation. We must all do that together. So my last and final point is, we can and must do much more in the coming years to advance economic statecraft. And we need the business community to be our full and complete partner. We need to sit down together, forums like this one at the State Department's Global Business Conference or other gatherings like APEC. Building sustainable global growth and creating jobs at home is a joint venture. The private sector innovates and allocates capital, and the government opens doors to markets and ensures the systems are fair. Given that the economic hardship Americans and our international friends are suffering today, we must bring the partnership between business and government to the next level. We're relying on you to think big, to generate new ideas, to open doors and jobs and bring new capital. And the government will be right beside you, knocking down barriers, connecting partners, protecting everyone's interests. Together, we can build a system of healthy economic competition that will be sustainable and profitable for many years to come. I hope you come away for these next 2 days with a newfound sense of purpose and possibility. Starting now, we should be asking, what can the government and the State Department in particular do to improve the opportunities for business in the Asia-Pacific region? How can we do better? How can business support our national interests in tying the United States and Asia closer together? If we are successful in finding more ways to work together to build open, free, transparent, and fair economic system, the future of the U.S.-Asia cooperation is unlimited. The impact on our global economic output will be enormous, and the benefit to people's lives and opportunities will see no limits. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Deputy Secretary Nides, for your great comments.